Welcome to part 2, Greenlake. Walk the Northwest with Mike. Here we are. We're about halfway around, a little bit less than halfway, but that was a good break point. I think our next location is going to be the Maple Leaf neighborhood, kind of a hidden gem in Seattle. So hit subscribe, hit like, make sure you keep up on all the fun places we're going to go. Whether you live in this area or not, I think you'll find some value. Yeah, if you like blooms and flowers, we picked the perfect time here in late April to be here. Daffodil season's coming to an end. About a month ago, this would have been teeming with bright yellow daffodils. Their season's come to an end. Down in that area, usually in the summer months, they're fly fishing classes, of all things. They're not actually fishing, but practicing the art of casting. Got some tennis courts in through here. Not sure if it shows up that well. Back where we started, a couple of tennis courts have been repurposed for pickleball. No pickleball on these though today. And several years ago, they used to actually have miniature hydroplane races here. That was fun. But the noise got to be too much for the neighborhood, and there are some concerns that some of the, especially the babies at the zoo, the young animals, were disturbed by the loud noise, so that came to an end. Seattle, of course, famous for its major hydroplane races during Seafair out on Lake Washington. They had the minis out here. Up there, that busy area, that is Aurora, also known as Highway 99. The fun thing about Aurora is once you get to about here, heading southbound, it's really about a straight shot into downtown Seattle. Super convenient that way. And I-5 itself didn't go through downtown Seattle until the early 1960s. So this right over here, Highway 99/Aurora, was the major route, north-south routes through Seattle. Some parts of Aurora are nice and others a little sketchy. Here's a little monument sign we're gonna take a peek at. Greenlake's floating ecosystem project. Good. Hit pause, take a look if you want. In the height of summer, this whole side of the lake will get run over with algae blooms. It's forever a battle between the city parks and algae bloom. My whole life, it comes, and they'll go out about 75, 100 feet out there. They'll go like crazy. Not this time of year. They're not up yet. The lake isn't a big swimming lake. Except in the height of summer, there is a lifeguard on duty at the west end, the main entrance area where people congregate. There's some swimming out there. For the most part, not so much. One of my favorite fun kitschy stores over in Wallingford is Archie McPhee's, a great little toy and knick-knack store. If you're looking for something a little fun to visit. We've got a little garden spot caretaker. I will say over the years this is something that has increased and improved over time. People making little flower areas, gotta love it. Like this whole section here didn't exist that many years ago, but what a great addition. Thanks to those people that are keeping it up. Different variety of tree than the usual Northwest evergreen. Redoing the math in my head, part one was probably actually only about a third of the way around, so this part two is going to be a bit longer. You can maybe see in the distance there the orangish marker. That's for the rowers. Got to row in your lane. Actually, next week is opening. Next Saturday, first Saturday in May. It's not just Kentucky Derby Day, but it's also opening day of boating season here locally. And part of that are the crew races, which take place down at the Mount Lake Cut, University of Washington. World-class crews from around the globe. It's usually a British contingent. The UW, of course, hosts it. UW, University of Washington. And they're great fun. You can sit on the banks of the Montlake Cut and watch great rowing all day. I haven't picked my Derby horse yet. It's something I do every year. Try and pick out my big Derby winner. Thinking about Further Ado or Commandment as my top two. But we won't actually put our $2 down until Derby Day. A lot can happen between now and then. The University of Washington crew have been many-time national champions, so they take it seriously. And there are little, well, not little, I shouldn't say little, there's private rowing clubs around here. And just up ahead, we'll be walking by the facility where they store the longboats. I will say, if you come down here, take your valuables with you. Not that it's a high crime area, but funny story, when I was in college, one of my part-time jobs was working in the credit card department. I would take calls on the weekends on lost and stolen cards. And in Seattle, the two biggest hot spots for stolen credit cards was here, Greenlake, and down at Pioneer Square. I suspect bad guys know if you park here, you're probably out of your car for at least an hour. So just a note to the wise, don't leave valuables in the car. That's good advice anywhere, of course. And I've been thinking about some of the other locations we're going to go to. We'll go down to Pike Place, go down to the waterfront, the newly refurbished waterfront. They've done a great job. We're going to go to my old school, Seattle University. I'm actually wearing a Seattle University cap today. Oh wow, baby ducks. Can I catch them? On film, that is. Let's just go down here and try and catch the baby ducks. There's some. Can you see that? It's definitely spring, baby duck season. Oh, there's some. All right. How great is that? All right. Dad's just lagging behind, letting Mom do all the work. There's Greenlake. All right, back to our walk. Can't not stop for baby ducks. There's a baby human. Guess it's spring. There's baby everything down here today. All right, we are definitely on the west side of the lake now. Right about here is probably more properly halfway around from where we started. And as we're going here, I think I'm gonna make this a 3-part video. When we get up to this little amphitheater, we'll go ahead and hit pause, catch my breath, and start part 3. So you will find fisher people here. They stock this lake with trout. It gets fished out pretty quick. But they will come down and catch them. All right, up here we're coming up on the long since abandoned amphitheater. They used to put on some shows, some little aquatic shows. Now really its best use is running stairs if you're doing a little more serious workout down here. Well, it looks like they put up some fencing, making it a little harder to get in there. There is a relatively new structure here, the Greenlake Community Boathouse. This is one of those, the more it changes, the more it stays the same kind of places, but the Community Boathouse is relatively new. All right, we're gonna call this part 2. Pan around at the lake real quick. There we are on this fantastic day. All right, part 3 coming up.